everyone, I'm Brittany, and welcome to this week's episode of Rendered Out. The weather is warming up, and so is the independent film scene, right here where the lights, camera, and action come together to be rendered out. Earlier this month, the independent film Widow's Might opened in 94 U.S. cities across the Midwest and South. The film was produced by homeschooled 19-year-old John Moore, who captures the story of two aspiring filmmakers dreaming of winning a national film festival. However, when an elderly widow faces losing her home due to escalating property taxes, the filmmakers take action and face an array of challenges. Moore commented on his work saying, "At 19 years old, maybe I was a little overambitious. To write, direct, act, produce, and even sing in my first feature film, shot on an experimental camera, seems completely crazy." Although highly ambitious, the film has received very positive attention around the nation, and it's the film that won the largest cash prize in the country, $101,000, at this year's San Antonio Independent Christian Film Festival. Can you speak Russian? If not, that's just fine. You can still appreciate the romantic thriller masterpiece that premiered last Wednesday, Say It in Russian. The film was shot in Paris, Moscow, and Los Angeles. The story follows an American man who falls in love with the daughter of a Russian mafia oligarch. On the man's visit to Moscow, he finds that he is involved with a family that is more complicated and dangerous than he ever imagined. Critics are raving about the marvelous location work, passionate performances, and original screenplay. So if you're looking for an emotionally electrifying ride, jump on to Say It in Russian. Now for a special report from Rendered Out's own Taylor Scott.
I'm about to tell you something you won't believe. No. Iowa did something cool. Something very cool. If you're a film geek, that is, which you probably are since you're watching Rendered Out. Recently, Iowa passed a tax break for production studios and filmmakers called the Film, Television, and Video Project Promotion Program, which gives tax breaks to big production studios that come to Iowa. No, big production studios. This is why some production studios are feeling the pull from sunny California to sometimes not so sunny Iowa. Don't believe me? Well, it's really happening. Gigapix Studios is moving to Des Moines, the Southridge Mall to be exact. And to prove it, I did a phone interview with Gigapix President of Production, Kip Conweiser. He's a big deal. Look him up. Anyway, Gigapix Studios makes family-friendly movies and has written their most recent movie for Iowa. It's called Blackbeard.
So we wrote our scripts intentionally to take place in Iowa, and specifically in Des Moines, in the greater Des Moines area. We're writing ourselves towards the incentive, and what we found was creatively, it provided us all kinds of wonderful opportunity to express our story, because we want these stories to be about people, just working people. Not somebody who lives in a high-rise in New York whose dad is the governor or something like that. Just people. That truly extraordinary things can happen to just ordinary people like me, and you and anybody else who's just kind of, going through their life. So we made it work for us creatively, and it came out really, really well, business-wise as well. But what brought us to Iowa initially is the incentive, and that's what will probably bring anybody initially.
Who knows? Once things get up and running, people may dream of the bright studio lights of Des Moines instead of Hollywood. But until then, keep on the lookout for Gigapix Studios productions. For Rendered Out, I'm Taylor Scott.
Thanks a million, Taylor. Look out, Eastern Iowa, to the new Strand Film Festival is coming to West Liberty on May 1st. And with the local public library as well as the theater itself as the primary sponsors of this event, you know it should prove to be dynamite. The festival includes 21 films of various lengths and of various types. Say you wanted to find out what really made Bill Stacker a friend indeed, or if you are just dying to know what the hell is happening at Eastern College, then this is the festival for you. Personally, the title that is most intriguing to me is Grapes, the story of an aspiring serial killer. Just kidding. The film analyzes the scary humor behind the ambitions of a bright yet troubled college student. I wonder if his name is Grapes or if he just kills with grapes. And if the latter is true, I wonder if his victims whine when they die. You can find more information about the festival or watch some of these trailers for the films at newstrandfestival.org. And that's our recap. The news is in, it's over, and that's a wrap. Wait, what's over there in the bushes? Grapes, is that you?
Oh no, just me. Great show today, Brittany.
Thanks, Aaron.
You look real cute in that little red top.
Rendered Out, feeding your craving for today's hottest news in indie film. Thanks for hanging out with us today, Cedar Valley.
Rendered Out with Brittany and Aaron, Taylor and Ryan. Rendered Out. This is our last show. We hope you enjoyed Rendered Out. Rendered Out, yeah.